Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, welcome to Solent Sports News. It's 1 o'clock and I'm Erin Dugan. It may not be coming home in the football, but the story is very different in the cricket. England have beaten Pakistan by 26 runs to win the Test series in Multan. Mark Wood bowled out both Pakistani batsmen to dismiss the host with 328 and was confident in his side to take the win.
We knew that the tail from 9 down we could get wickets. I didn't think the number 9 would come and blaze it, but it was nice to get over the line in the end.
Elsewhere in cricket, there is ever-growing tension between the cricket boards in India and Pakistan concerning next year's World Cup. To tell us more, I have cricket correspondent Neil with me in the studio. Thank you for joining me, Neil. So, what's the latest on the story?
Thank you, Erin. Yes, PCB chairman Ramiz Raja had released an official statement this morning and have made their intentions very clear, stating that Pakistan will pull out of the World Cup next year in India. This reaction came after India's reluctance to travel to Pakistan for the Asia Cup in early 2023. PCB, though, had promised India full security and protection for their first visit on enemy soil after 16 years. India's stance remains unclear as political tensions and security threats on the Indian players have compelled the BCCI to request ACC to relocate the Asia Cup to either UAE or England. BCCI President Roger Binney said that the players' safety and security cannot be taken for granted in an unstable Pakistan, as relations between the two neighbours don't seem to get any better. BCCI's statement came after Maria Nawaz's explosive and controversial comments in a public gathering, as she made things clear that she would make sure that the Indian team does not feel welcomed. BCCI, though, were expected to hold a press conference today, but we believe that it has been postponed to tomorrow morning in Mumbai. So, Erin, we have to wait a bit longer to see what India's response is on this big issue.
Thank you very much for that, Neil. Gareth Southgate is questioning his future as England manager. This comes after they lost 2-1 to France in the World Cup semi-finals on Saturday. Former England international Sue Smith said she isn't surprised Southgate is torn on whether to leave or not.
This is a tournament that they did highlight as going on to win it, to be successful. That's not happened. So now he's got to go away. He's got to reflect on everything that's happened there. It's got to be something that's right for him and his family. But then at the same time, he probably thinks there's unfinished business.
The current top pick to fill the England manager seat is Thomas Tuchel, who's been a free agent since his exit from Chelsea in September. In local news, Southampton women have been knocked out of the FA Cup. They lost to Bristol City, who currently sit 1 point above them in the Women's Championship table. The 2-0 defeat came courtesy of the Vixens Shania Hales and Emily Syme. In other women's football news, 4 matches took place in the Women's Super League yesterday, one of which was the Manchester Derby, which ended in a disappointing 1-1 draw. City manager Gareth Taylor is still happy with his side's development.
In our recruitment now, we look like this is going to be our team, more or less. There'll always be players coming and going, but the more you can limit on that, the better. As soon as you feel you have a really good team here for the future, which I feel we have now, I think it's really exciting.
Elsewhere in the WSL, Arsenal came from behind to beat Aston Villa 4-1. They moved to second place above Manchester United. Chelsea held off Reading to win 3-2 and restore their 3-point lead at the head of the table. Spurs suffered a 2-0 defeat to West Ham, leaving them both stuck on 9 points with Everton. Now let's take a look forward to this week. Morocco faced France in the World Cup semi-finals on Wednesday. After becoming the first African team to reach the Final Four of the World Cup, head coach Walid Regragui has no fear that his team can compete with the top nations.
They haven't managed to score in one goal, and it was an own goal, and I think that shows that we've been working hard in defence. But this is the most difficult tournament, and we played Croatia, Belgium, Canada, who are the best team in North America, Spain and Portugal. They're some of the best teams in terms of the intensity.
That's all from us for now. I'll be back in an hour. Thank you for listening and see you at 2 o'clock.